I'd not read the book, but as soon as I got wind of the fact that Noah was interested in talking, I was just jumped on it because, I love Noah's work. So we just talked. I go, what's the movie about? He goes, death and fear of death. It's right up your alley.
Yeah, they're laughing.
What does it matter what they're doing in other cars?
I want to know how scared I should be.
Usually I don't actually write any music until there's a rough cut. But next thing I know, he was like, why don't you try writing a cue like this and like this? Just without having seen anything, I was already writing music for him.
Oh, shit.
There was a period for about a week and a half where Noah moved into my studio and set up a little editing room in the ISO booth just across the glass from me so I could see him, I could wave. And I'm writing, and I'd come up with ideas, and I would just go and knock on the glass and play it for him.
Then I would go and change something in the edit because of something he'd done with the music, and then I would bring that over to him. I'd say, okay, now we'll have to try this. And it was a great way to work in concert like that. Working with Danny Elfman was great. He created sort of fusion of American orchestral sounds with electronic music that would be more associated with the 70s or the 80s. And I think it's something really unique. It's very him, but it's also something I haven't really heard him do before.
And the thing that was exciting from the get-go with White Noise is that there was no genre. There's nothing to say, what type of music should this movie have? No, it was just like, try this, what if you did something like that? He was like throwing down challenges to me. He's like, what if there was a piece of music that was like an 80s thriller in the style of Giorgio Moroder, but also like Aaron Copland Americana? Talking to him, I just got a lot of ideas. He would describe it more like emotional states in conceptual terms. And that's how I prefer it. Often my job is to just tie everything together, the beginning, the middle, and the end. But with this, let's not be afraid of the contrasts. It was kind of divided into several categories. One part of the score is really electronic, and getting retro even makes it more fun. And another part is like big orchestral, theatrical, which was, I always loved doing. There's this combined lecture on Hitler and Elvis, and then Adam gets very theatrical, and as soon as I see him make these gestures, it's like, that's my signal to let it go.
To risk death as an individual, to face dying alone!
I really just followed him and his body movement and what he was doing. But then a big part of the score is real simple. That would be like Babette's theme.
Hear about the station wagons. I wanted to see the people. What are they like this year?
The women wear
His
plaits.
solo clarinet and strings. And it was nice and interesting to balance all these three elements together. The big theatrical element, the kind of retro synthetic element, and this very simple thing.